Hello everybody, this is Mommy with Flowers by the Bunch. Today I am going to make a birthday arrangement and we're going to do a fall arrangement in a bubble bowl. I'm going to start out with a white hydrangea and I'm going to show you how to antique a hydrangea. So this is just a traditional white hydrangea. We order most of our hydrangeas in white. It's just less expensive than ordering lots of colors, and I can paint them, so it works out real well. So I have a couple of colors of Design Master paint. This Design Master is called Just for Flowers. It's a fresh green. And then this is a burgundy Design Master. Both the same type of paint made specifically for flowers. I'm going to start out by just popping this hydrangea with just a little bit of this maroon. You're not going to go very much, very heavy, just a little bit. And then I'm going to come over the top with my fresh green. And so what that's doing is just making it look like an antique hydrangea. And you can hear, I don't know if it's easy to hear, but I'm just hitting that plunger with my finger. And I'm not just holding in a steady stream, I'm just popping it with my finger just to give us that color. If you hold it in a steady stream, you're going to get too much color in one spot. And there we have it. There is our antique hydrangea. If you feel like it needs a little more color, hit it with a little more of that burgundy. And there you have it. I'm going to take that hydrangea, I'm going to use my knife and I'm cutting it at an angle, and I'm going to dip it in Quick Dip. Quick Dip is a solution that helps to hydrate this hydrangea and keep its head firm. So I'm dipping it in there. I count to about 7, and then it's not quite short enough, so I'm going to cut it one more time and dip it one more time. And I'm just tucking it right into that bubble bowl, and it's sitting right on the lip of that bowl, okay? Throw my stems away. Next I'm going to come in with this really pretty yellow lily. Now, when you have a lily, if it's still got its pollen, go ahead and pull that pollen. If you don't pull that pollen, it'll stain the lily and it'll stain your clothes. So I'm going to pull that pollen and I'm going to throw that away. Cut that stem at an angle, and I'm just tucking that lily right down into that hydrangea. And that hydrangea really just works as a grid for me. I've got a little bit of Solidago. So instead of using this one real large piece, I'm going to take it and pop it in half. I'm just going to break it right in half. And really, for this arrangement, I only needed that one piece of Solidago. I don't think I need more than that one piece, because that's a lot, right? This is an orange Babe spray rose. So I'm going to pull off some of that foliage because I don't need all of it, but I'm going to leave some of the pretty foliage on there. I'm just going to tuck that right down in here. And I'm going to use one more stem. Any of the foliage that might fall below the water line, go ahead and remove that from the flower. Okay, and then I have, these are a really pretty purple or grape colored carnation. Now you see how tight that is? I'm going to catch this calyx and I'm just holding it between my fingers like this, and I am going to brush that flower with my hand. Now what that's doing for me is it's opening that carnation. So see how different it looks after I've brushed it, how tight it is here. You always want to hold it here though, because if you don't, you're going to pop his little head off. And so always try to hold it carefully so you don't break his head. I'm going to cut that stem and remove any of the foliage. And I'm just tucking that pretty little grape carnation right into that arrangement. See how pretty and open it is? I love a purple when you make fall arrangements. Purple's just pretty, isn't it? These are just kind of a peachy colored Hypericum berry. And so I'm removing any of the foliage that doesn't look pretty. Go ahead and remove that. If it's pretty, you can leave it on there, but if it has a bump or a bruise, just pull that right off. Nestle that berry right down into that hydrangea. And I have one more. I'm gonna go ahead and my millet's trying to fall on the floor over here. Go ahead and remove any of the foliage that's bumped or bruised. All right, so I've got my flowers and my berries. Next, I'm going to use this pretty millet. Now, this is a grass seed. It's just a millet. It's just something that's really pretty for fall. We get it in a couple different colors, but this is kind of a deep green. And I'm just going to tuck a couple of stems of this millet in just because I think it's so pretty and so fall. Okay, and then to finish it off, I'm going to add just a little bit of this Agonis foliage. Agonis, it's kind of a feathery foliage, just a really pretty feathery foliage. I like it because it has a little bit of a fall color to it, a little bit of a maroon. Now, I want it to be a little more maroon than it actually is, so I'm just going to take it and I'm going to add just a little bit of color to that with my paint. Now, you can do that with any foliage. You can add just a touch of that paint to any foliage and help to color it. Like you could use orange or you could use red, and it's just going to give it a little bit more of a fall color. And especially if you get a foliage that has any bumps or bruises, if you'll pop it with just a little bit of paint, you will never see any of those little spots. You know, sometimes foliage can have spots. All right, so there is our arrangement. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little touch of this pretty autumn colored plaid ribbon. So I'm just going to do a couple loops. It's not going to have very many loops. This is a wired ribbon, so I'm going to just take it and make, I think I'm going to do 3 loops total. 1 loop on one side, 1 loop, and 2 loops on the other, okay? And then my tails are both going to be on this side. Take your scissors and cut it. I'm going to use just a piece of florist wire. Now the nice thing about this bow is if it gets squashed, it can be fluffed. But it's just a really pretty autumn colors with the yellows and the reds and the orange. I'm just taking that bow and wrapping it on this wood pick. And I am just going to tuck that right into this arrangement. And there we have it. We have a pretty little autumn arrangement with some berries and hydrangeas and little spray roses and a pretty yellow lily. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please subscribe down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, we go live every afternoon over on Facebook. Guys, have a wonderful day and we'll see you real soon.